Good morning and welcome to Alicia Pozsony's Rise and Resonate podcast. On our show, we help people to lead with influence, make needed impact, and earn more income.
Throughout life, I found that if you can practice the gifts that God has given you and be able to have patience within yourself to let those gifts actually matriculate and manifest until you become proficient at it, that makes you become the subject matter expert.
I'm Alicia Pozsony, a speaker and coach and an author, and I would love to introduce to you our special guest today. Today, I welcome Quatrell Walker. You may not have heard of him or seen him on the socials, but if you have, you know you're out in for an impact that you're not going to regret. He is the founder of Cut from a Different Cloth. It's a movement that inspires students and educators to lead with confidence, resilience, and purpose. Uh, Quatrell, welcome to the show.
Oh, Alicia, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I appreciate it. It's always nice to link back up with those that you call friends. So I appreciate you bringing me back on here. So let's get started. What do you got for me?
Yeah. So, I don't want to give everything away up front. People who join this are in different walks of life. They're in business. They're at different stages of their careers and personally. So we're gonna touch on a little bit about what you do today, who you are, and how you got to where you are today.
I love it.
Don't mind. Tell us a little bit about yourself in your own words.
Absolutely. Just to recap, two-time author, worked with Les Brown, and I wrote my own book as well. Also, military veteran, two-time combat veteran as well. Been to Afghanistan and Iraq, so it really humbles me to appreciate the things that we have here in the States. I've started working on myself, and I came about with the three P's that's in the book as well. Cut from a different cloth. I'll plug that a couple of times, as you can see. Well, you can't really tell, but cut from a different cloth is my book, and the biggest takeaways from that are practice, patience, and perseverance. So throughout life, I found that if you can practice the gifts that God has given you and be able to have patience within yourself to let those gifts actually matriculate and manifest until you become proficient at it, that makes you become the subject matter expert. So then you're able to persevere through any challenges because, as we all know, there's roadblocks and challenges and things that tend to stay in our way and might push us to the backside. So being able to overcome those, and I feel it was my duty to let people know my story and my journey to have them have a better understanding and as it might relate to them as well.
Mm, that is so powerful. I really love the bit about the number two, the patience, because how many times do we start something and get involved or get distracted and go off and do something else, and then we never see that thing through? It's it's easy for some of us to be distracted in this busy world. So when you counsel the people that you work with or from the stage as a speaker, how do you bring that forward so that it people can retain it?
That's a
People
great
are
question.
fickle. They're fickle.
Yeah, great question. And it kind of goes into the analogy of the societies putting us into a fast food lifestyle. I mean,
Mm,
right now we want everything fast. Right now we can go out and get the things that we want. And technically it's empty calories. I mean, you get the fast
mm,
food and 2 hours later you're hungry. So being able to have that practice and the patience within to build what it is that you're working on and understand that that's part of the journey and it doesn't happen overnight really lets you appreciate the road, the walk. So there's highs and there's lows. I mean, it's that perseverance aspect that you really need to embrace within and understand that, or should I understand that it's just not going to happen to you overnight. So I work with a lot of leadership groups as well as our youth. That's the biggest thing that I really love to impact because that's our future generation for tomorrow and inspire them as much as possible. But utilizing those three P's has been the cornerstone in my journey throughout life, and that's just practicing what I'm good at, my gifts, having that patience aspect, because you know as well as I know, we all want it to happen right now, and then being able to persevere and stick through to what it is that I'm actually doing. So once people can identify with those three key elements, there's a lot of different things that start happening in their lives, and it's really a blessing to watch.
Yeah, I imagine it is. Now, people can't do it alone. And you not only decided to become a speaker to get this message out to the broader audiences, but also you're a coach. Um,
Correct.
what is it like to work with you? I know
It's
from interactions we've had, you've been unwavering, is the word that comes to mind for me. I know that even in our small interactions, you've made me go away and think about my steps, my actions, because I'm not that intentional all the time. I don't want everyone to know that, but it's true. I'm also not as intentional as I need to be. So, what is it like to be coached by you?
Yeah, I mean everyone's different. Everyone now, we hear the coaching terminology, and I love the aspect of a coach, but accountability is more along the lines that people should be following and in line with. Because if you can't hold yourself accountable, who can you hold, accountable? So you can't ask someone to do something and you're not doing it yourself. So that's the problem that lies within a lot of my clients that I work with, is that they have great ideas, great vision, great plans, but it's the follow through and the accountability aspect on continuing that pursuit of to where they want to go, considering that that's their vision. I'm there as the guide to help them stay the course, and so they don't get off track. I mean, when you have someone in your corner, any coach in your corner getting you to the next level, that's really going to make those individuals feel uncomfortable, and that's that part of growth that people don't really want to identify with. And that's my job as an accountability coach. I want to make you grow, so in order for that growth process, you do have to understand that you're going to feel uncomfortable at times.
Mm, okay. So, folks, listen up. That uncomfortable place is going to get you to your next level. And if you work with Quatrell and other coaches, sometimes we need multiples. For me, I know I need someone to help me be accountable when it comes to exercise. But I'm getting better. I'm getting it better with eating healthy and making better choices. And that's also something. We're imperfect people, but if you are interested in learning more from him one on one, Quatrell, how can they reach out to you? How can they find you?
Yeah, absolutely. They can hit my websites, first names, quatrellwalker.com. You can go there, or you can go to Inspire with Quatrell. That's another form you can reach me at, but you can also just reach out to me. I'm a personable person. I talk with people all the time. So the number they can just reach out to me is 315-965-3030, and you'll get directly in contact with me. Or if you don't want to be that person that wants to have that conversation on the phone, you can just reach out to bookingquatrellwalker at Gmail. So a couple different avenues that you can get to me at, but I'm very highly accessible, and definitely a personable person that would love to engage in the conversation to see where they're at.
Wonderful. Now, if you're unsure and you're not sure if you want to work with him or take that step yourself, Quatrell, maybe we can delve in a little deeper. Um, what would you say is your biggest influence personally to get you to where you are? I mean, you gave your life and your time to protect our country and to serve. Where did all of that come from? Because I'm getting from you that need to help others, and you've done it on the highest level. So thank you so much for that. But what would you say is your influence?
Just to become better. Like if you have a gift that you know you're good at, it's selfish if I wasn't to expand upon that. So it's the long shot. My impact is to impact 50,000 students, change the way that they're learning as far as being this old ways of, I want to be a policeman or a fireman or a doctor or a lawyer. I mean, those are all great professions, but what is it that you truly want to do inside that makes you happy? So, Steve Jobs said, love what you do, and when you do love what you do, that's not considered work, as the four-letter word says. And you're not just in a job, because you're working in your passion, you're working in your craft. So you can't really consider that as a working platform. So it's really a due diligence on my part to just share my message and let people know that yes, that's okay if you want to have a job or if you want to work, but if something's calling you and you are passionate about something, don't be scared to, dive in and just investigate a little bit about what it is that you're really good at. No dream is too big. So, I mean, I had people looking at me as if I have five heads, like, what's this guy talking about? He's really, his dreams are outlandish. And that's great because that's my vision and it's not for everyone's to see that, come through. And it's really a really great feeling when you see others come back to you and thank you and give you kudos to say, hey, you know what? Your words really impacted and inspired me to do, X, Y, and Z. And now here I am. I'm actually doing that. And I really appreciate you. So that's all it is that I can really, say.
Mm. But where did it come from? I mean, was it someone in your life, in your family? Was it someone along your journey that really was that inspiration that
Uh,
you where you saw
to,
them
to,
do it? Or
to
did
be
they
honest,
fail? Was it someone who
it was.
failed and you said, I never want to be that?
Yeah, I didn't really have it. I mean, I was always looked at as the outcast as a youngster. So as a kid, I was labeled as the, IEP student or the ADHD kid. I was always a young entrepreneur. And in my book, I talk about it as well. Cut from a different cloth, embracing your uniqueness, is that as a young kid, my friends would be outside playing while I'd be cutting people's grass, or shoveling driveways. So I always had an entrepreneurialistic mindset, and no one in my family actually ever was an entrepreneur. They were all worker bees, which is fine. But I wanted to reshape the design and the family tree pretty much and break that mold. So when it's hard when you have the closest family, family and friends, thinking that you're not going to become the things that you're talking about. And then later on in life, you manifested everything that you are doing. It comes full circle and everyone's on board and really
Mm,
appreciative of what you're doing. So I take time and I tell these individuals, like, look back at to where I was and to where I am now. If I was to, absorb that negative information or the
mm,
you can't, ideologies, then I wouldn't be where I'm at now, impacting and helping other lives in the process.
mm. I can really relate to that as someone who got passed over time and time again and had to face personal challenges. I learned that the only way to get where you need to be is to take that step and act. And so I know that what you're doing is definitely working. I know that it inspires many. So, Quatrell, thank you so much for being on this show today and sharing your knowledge. Everyone deserves to have a chance and live their dream. So, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience? Any last bit of wisdom that you might want to share with them?
Yeah, I really would like people to encourage them to take the long shot. That's definitely there's no risk, no reward. So whatever it is that you're thinking about, take the long shot. It's a calculated risk if you've done the due diligence by looking into what it is that you truly want to do. And there's definitely going to be challenges, but when the challenges come, embrace the process because you're literally in a transition phase within your life and seek motivation. A lot of us, I find that in our circles, we don't have, the coaches per se, uh, like yourself, myself, or someone who's a true go-getter that's going to keep you motivated in alignment with what it is that you're trying to do. So always stay motivated in your vision and your dream. And it's a evolutional process. So we all honestly start out as caterpillars, we're slow, we're crawling around. And then it's not until we get into the dark room, which is our cocoon phase, we start planning. And then after the planning starts coming, a new shape forms, and that's that beautiful butterfly. And then when you become that butterfly with all the subject matter expertise and along your journey and the things that you've endured, now you can go out and pollinate others and show how beautiful you truly are. So just embrace the journey and use those learning lessons and always lead with love. That's the biggest thing, loving what you do. So that's my takeaway. I appreciate it.
Perfect. That's perfect. So take the long shot, no risk, no
Absolutely.
reward. Remember that you're in the transition phase of your life. Quatrell reminds us that we are in evolution. We were a caterpillar going into our cocoon, planning, then becoming that butterfly, that expert. And then now the challenge is to go forward and pollinate while you seek that motivation and you use your practice, patience, and perseverance. Quatrell can help you to do this and more. So connect with him. He's available at Inspire with Quatrell. You can reach out to him, booking at quatrellwalker at Gmail. You can also contact him directly. And again, his number is
315 965 3030. I love to have conversation with it.
wonderful. Now, is there any charge for their initial consultation with
No,
you?
not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's a mapping process to see if we align. To be honest, I'll tell you right now, I don't take every single client. So if it's someone that has something that I feel that we can actually hone in on and they're really passionate about it, those are the typical type of clients that I really work with. So I mean, there's no idea that's too outlandish, but I just want to make sure that if if I have it in me to get you to where you need to be, I'm going to. But if not, I'm going to pass you along to someone I know that's the expert within that field.
Wonderful. So today on our Rise and Resonate episode, we've covered so much important information, and hopefully you're able to take some of these nuggets, run away with them, and act them so that you can lead with influence, make needed impact, and then earn more income. I'm Alicia Pozsony, and I'm signing off. I'd love to see you on the next episode of Rise and Resonate.